Right, that wasn't me volunteering. If anyone else can do it.
Is anyone else gonna do it?
I don't remember much of so I'll be really bad at recapping.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I mean I could tell. So we were in the fort. We tried to. I know that Mosby at one point tried to call the Vistas' aid,
Instantly, indeed.
which turned out, and that turned into a bad mistake because the Vistas was not happy with us and decided to send a barbed ice creature after us, which we barely survived against.
We survived very well against that thing.
Well,
Thank you very
let
much.
me. Yeah.
I almost killed us at other times. That time I did not kill us.
You just
Yes.
always seem to find a way to almost kill us.
Yeah.
You're like a DM's best friend. It's like you make the DM's life easier.
Well, I mean, if you don't have a party, it is pretty easy. No, I will say that.
Yeah. So DM's like, oh, I don't have to figure out how to kill the party anymore. I just have one suicidal member.
If that were our DM's goal, we wouldn't still be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, after that, we decided to head on to Bryn Shandir. And
No.
on,
We found the map first with the moving dragon on it.
oh
Yes.
yes, we found the map with the moving dragon, and then in the same room we found the chest that we decided to open up, and almost died once again.
And got a lot of cool shit,
Yeah, a lot
which
of
is how we can afford anything right now.
exactly.
Throwing it out there.
And once we found the map and realized that the dragon is heading towards the 10 towns in a specific order, we created a specific battle plan of where we are going to head towards to.
Mhm.
Where we're going to try and pass Brishan, we're going to go to Brishandir and try to pass, what was the other town?
You were thinking
We were
of
gonna go to.
saving in them. Let me just try
Like,
this.
we were trying to check out Dugan's Hole, see if the dragon had gone from Dugan's Hole,
Maybe.
um, and then head straight to Brishandir. On the way there, we mysteriously ran into, I'll call it oasis in the frozen tundra of the 10 towns. And with, with a very nice hostess who decided that she could be able to sell us magical items and also give us the ability to do a long rest, and etc. and etc. Now, this hostess, whenever you ask her questions that don't revolve those items or any questions pertaining to shopping, she starts having glowing eyes and then starts asking you if you have any questions, if I remember that correctly.
Yep.
Yes, it's as if she
And
never heard your question to begin with.
exactly.
Seems to
And
break the matrix when we do that. So
yeah. And I think that's where my memory last goes. Because we've been trying to figure out like what to buy. But
and Mosby's taking one last puff out of the platinum hookah before we part with it.
My poor platinum hookah. I love it.
Oh, that platinum hookah. Indeed, indeed. As one of the loot things that you were able to grab. Eventually, I'm sure my foundry will load. It worked before, but I don't know what's happening now. It's just being really weird.
It was loading very slowly for me as well, just now.
Yeah, it's
yeah, there might be a lot of server lag on their side.
Which is strange, because it usually isn't. Huh.
in the meantime, is the current state of affairs that she's resigned to some other room and we're still in deliberation? Okay.
And pretty much she will come out anytime that we're ready to discuss
Okay.
items and everything.
Gok finally finds the strength. And Wizo, stop me if you want to wait until Foundry's up. But,
No, it's all right. I have notes. I have many notes on things, so
Cool.
I can help you out here.
Cool. So Gok like finally finds the strength to get up and stop, just curling in the fetal position on the floor. But like with his head kind of hanging low, he like slowly just walks over to one of the undead servants. Awkwardly like reaches out and taps it on the shoulder and like leans in to talk into it like it's an old-timey microphone and just says, excuse me, magic lady, I have a question for you.
Yes, it works.
Where do you talk out of the ass? How do I use this?
You
Gok is like looking at the undead body parts, trying to figure out how to operate this speaking machine.
all right. So your cameras are here. I want you to be smaller. There we are. Beautiful. So the as you are trying to talk into one of the undead things over here, she then comes out of the room. I said, "Come out."
Gok is startled and takes a couple steps back, but still okay.
Yes. What questions do you have?
Yes, magic woman. Have you the ability to remove certain types of defects, diseases, viruses, even? Is this within your abilities? And Gok just kind of gestures at all of her.
Oh, yes, I can do that if you need so.
Wonderful. I have perhaps Gok kind of like looks back at the rest of the party and kind of like without a whole lot of certainty says parasite of types. Then I'm curious about your ability to remove. It's something I've ingested in potentially some of my.
Do you have a parasite,
well.
dearie?
No, not like
well
that.
then. If you don't have a parasite, then I don't think that I need to help you out in that regard.
But okay, yes. It's a worm with
so you do have a parasite?
Mosby's gonna come over and say, we ate these mind flayer worms.
Oh.
That gave us psionic abilities, but we are worried that they might have adverse effects on us. Can you tell us if they do?
Come here, she says as she waves her hand to have you come a little bit closer.
Gok is nervous, but
could I get control of Moulin as well? Bring him over.
Gotcha. I'll just give everyone control of Moulin. You can play tug of war with him. There we go. Alright, everyone owns him now. So she continues, alright, let's see here. And she reaches out her hand. Who wants to have her... Well, who wants to be inspected first?
Gok sweats, but like takes like a deep inhale through his nose and says, very well.
Now, what is a mind flayer, and where do you think the parasite would be?
What is a mind flayer?
I poke his head.
Ah, there. All right. She brings her hands over to your head, as if her fingers are gingerly grasping your temple. As she does so, She mutters some strange words. You can roll an Arcana check if you wish.
Things Gok is not good at 400.
Ah, well, with a natural 1, you are thinking that she's probably just breathing heavy, because you're breathing really heavy right now. And as you have a little bit of a panic attack, Gok, she then has her eyes slightly glow a little bit, and you see that there's the same glow around her fingertips. She holds you but
Gok's
for a
terrified.
moment,
Gok is shaking.
and then releases you. And she says, "Ah, well, there's a symbiotic being inside of you. So it's making you produce a bit more blood than usual, but it's using it as sustenance. It is in your brain, and I could give you something to get rid of it if you wish. Or I could do surgery. Either or."
What are the side effects?
Of the surgery? Well, you'll have to wait a few days, get a little bit ready. You don't worry, you won't turn into this thing as she knocks it.
Of whatever potion you'd give us to fix it.
Oh, you would be expelling it from your body. From your orifices.
And would we lose the abilities it has given us?
Well, if it's given you something, then losing it would also most likely make you lose the abilities you stated. Tell me, what are they, and would you naturally be able to have them?
It's called illithid, I believe. Worms? Larva?
Well, these seems benign, if not anything more symbiotic than malevolent for sure. But if you want to get rid of them, I understand having a foreign parasite in your body is disconcerting.
Question for the DM, I guess. If it's
yeah.
removed, are we going to get to replace it with a feat or ability score improvement that we were going to normally
Same
get?
question.
Yes. I'm not going to be mean to you guys. Like, the only time I'm actively trying to kill you is when you're in a fight. Then it's like, oh yeah, I'll try to kill you. But that's the only time I'm actively trying to screw you over. But even then, it's moderate. Boss fights, though, well, those ones you can die.
And how long do we have until we can have this removed? Is there a timer on this?
Well, it seems benign, so it's not trying to take over your body or kill you. There's no ruptures, no lesions, no anything in your brain, it seems. So it's just snuggled in nicely into your gray matter. And the other part of your brain, I believe it's white matter, yes, but it's hard to tell without cracking open a skull.
Got it.
Could you give us the potions and we can take them when we need?
Oh, of course I can.
Awesome.
Yes,
you.
it'll be a paltry
there's-
5,000 gold to make sure you don't lose any of your mental capacities. But if you're more adventurous and want to base yourself on your hardiness, I can give you a less potent mixture, or, well, less refined mixture for merely 1,000 gold pieces.
Jesus Christ.
Gok is in like a full sweat now and just kind of like without making eye contact asks, and the surgical option.
Oh, the surgical option will be to remove it. You would have to be here for a while, and I would need something from you. There would be no cost, as I would just pluck a little bit. That's all.
Is that something the illithid larva? Can it be the larva? You're welcome to keep it, I certainly.
The larva is definitely part of it, yes.
But you demand something else too.
Well, yes, I just pluck a little bit more. That's all.
Feels like robbing, Moulin to pay Belron.
Gok
What?
like gets
I would never
nervous
rob
and
anybody.
starts to
Why are
kind
you
of
trying to rob me?
Okay. While the party contemplates that, I want to ask this book on your couch. Would that be something you would be willing to part with?
Oh, this little book here. Yes, yes, I would. It's just a little tale I was reading, that's all.
Oh. Have you finished it already?
A few times, but it's a good tale.
Would you mind if we took it?
Of course. It's written in, well, common, so that shouldn't be hard. Grabs book, takes book, and brings book to you.
It's in common now because you said it was like undercommon.
She is saying it is in common.
Can I look at the book now?
You can. And as she states, well, it would be 50 golds apart from it. And as you look at it, you still can't read it. But roll me a perception, Mosby, as you're taking a look at it in her hand.
Not shit at that.
So
Give him
maybe.
advantage.
Not for this, because it's more just of a reaction. Beautiful, beautiful.
Nice.
So with your perception, as you look at it, since you're actively looking, you're not intently trying to look at it, but your eyes glanced over it actively. You look away for a second, and then you look back as you realize it's ephemeral in her hand.
Oh. I try to touch it. Can my hand go through it?
Your hand starts to go through it, and then it touches something solid, as if it resists
What is
you when you push into it, when you apply a real amount of force. But just gingerly touching, your fingers seem to go through it.
It seems like I can't really hold it. How would I take this out of here?
Oh, that's because you don't own it, dearie. If you owned it, then
Oh.
it would be yours.
Yeah, let's chip in another 50 gold for this then, guys. I think it'll come in handy.
All right.
Great.
Ooh. You're chipping in 50 gold? I need to close the door for this.
Yeah, let's add 50 more,
Are we just
guys.
adding it to our order list?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there was also a something for Mulan chop kind of. Guys, can we make my crossbow temporarily magical? Do you have something for that?
She does. But before we get to that, I had to close the door because, as stated, the campaigns that I have are interconnected in their world. So I needed to close the door so that my wife wouldn't hear this. What you notice on the book is that it is called... Let's see here. Where is it? The Tail Animal Party, I believe. Yes. The Tale of Animal Party.
Yeah, 50 gold for that. Sounds good.
All right.
Some sort of Harvest Moon crossing, where the animals are maybe crossing somewhere.
Where's
Venturing
the
a
part
guess.
where the chicken crosses the street?
But yes, for the oils that you wanted, if you want to, well, it depends again if you want to make your weapon magical for a minute or for an hour.
1 minute.
1 minute. To make your item magical for a minute, it would merely be 100 gold as an oil to coat it, and it would be one use. You could get multiple uses if you want, but it's 100 gold per use to store.
So, get 2 of those, that gets us to 3650, which means we still have 50 from the stuff that we had sold. Oh, 100 from the stuff we had sold, right? Total
How
of that. Scroll up.
You guys want? We could keep that 100 for things. I'll be able to make.
Well, we'll still have another 150 left after Oh, no, sorry, but you spend 200. That'll give us 50, 100 left over. Yeah, no, I think that I turn to the group. Is that everything we need?
Wait, what's the extra 200?
2 of this oil to make your weapons magical temporarily.
Oh, yes, fine. Gok tries to re-grab the attention of Magic Woman,
Yes.
and asks, "Is and like almost shyly, like, is there a private room I can use to meditate?"
Oh, well, this whole area is a bit more... Let's see here. I don't want you to use my room, so I have a storage room if you'd wish. It's a little dour, but I've taken the
Gok
servants
interrupts.
out of
That's
it.
fine.
All right.
And like as he starts walking over, Gok also just like scratching his head, just really unsure, asks, "Again, can you tell me more about what else you plan to take as you remove the worm from my brain?"
Oh, just a little bit. That's all.
Of my brain?
Just a little bit of you.
Of me brain?
It's only a minor payment. I'm sure you're not using most of it anyways.
Gok telepathically, I hate wizards. Very well. Gok will need a moment to meditate. Gok turns at the party. Gok needs a moment to meditate on this choice.
Also realize we're gonna lose the ability to telepathically talk.
Oh, wait. We got that from this?
Yeah.
Yep.
Very well. Gok still wants to meditate.
All right.
And then Wizo, whenever you think it's the right time, I want to do the thing I messaged you about.
All right. Come with me, and you can do that during meditation if you wish. Come this
That is
way,
the
dearie.
plan. Oh. Drag? Not dragging. Like, avatar locked? By any reason? Oh,
What?
the game shows up as paused for me.
What? There we go.
Just
Pause and
realized.
unpause. So you should
Oh,
be good. Alrighty, so she unlocks this door. Says, "Here you are, dearie. It's where I store a bunch of things. In here you can see that this is a obvious storage area, but there is also a workbench that has different body parts, stitching, bloody needles. You can tell this is a room of decay and where she possibly worked on her undead constructs. But also stores food. Sanitary.
wonderful. Gok takes a seat closer to the food, away from the decaying parts, and also maybe uses a little bit of druid craft as like spray perfume.
You make some perfume berries. Gotcha. Alright, or some
Yes.
perfume flowers.
Just
Be more
enough to
likely.
distract me.
Alright, before we get to
Um,
you, Gok, let's
Okay.
go with the rest of the party. So, what can I do for the rest of you?
I had a question. Instead of removing altogether these mind worms that we've been trying to see if we can get removed, is there any potion that we can do to make sure that they don't overtake our minds?
Well, that shouldn't be a worry since they are benign. They aren't attempting to take over your minds at this point. They're symbiotic, working with you, as are many other symbiotic organisms in your body.
Thank you.
Of course. Any other questions? Are you ready to buy? What are we looking at here?
We have a list, but unless Gok comes out and says something otherwise.
Oh, well, what is your list? Let's get that figured out first.
Here. I had in the Discord, but I'm updating it.
Oh,
It was weapons oil. What's the quantity?
2.
okay.
Alright. The updated list in the Discord.
All right. I see the updated list, and let me get it there, and then we will continue on with the other parts. Is there anything else that you wish to ask her? Oh, wait, and tell me who's getting what items, so I can give it to your character sheets.
Each person gets a potion of greater healing. Deco gets his book.
Put it in Discord. Just type it out, and then I will do that.
Yeah.
No, okay.
And then, for our discussion purposes, we were going to do 2 spirit potions per caster, per person capable of casting spells.
Mhm.
Okay.
Shield wand to
You.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Revivify potion. Give this to Mulin. Potion of flying. I'll grab it. Mosby. 2 to each spell caster, and 2 go. Unknown book 2 Mosby. Weapons oil 1 2 Mulin. 1 2 Galrond. Correct if you guys don't want it. I think this is wrong, but it's in Discord.
No, I think this makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. And the Tico book, just to clarify that I'm getting this right from last session, is the book on crafting these potions, correct?
Is the worm removal potion in this book?
No. The worm removal potion is not. This was more of a basic one on creating the let's see here. The worm removal would be kind of her own thing, but you'll be able to learn how to create different types of potions, like potion of cure disease, theoretically, and other stuff. Let me see here.
Spirit potions?
Indeed, and spirit potions.
Yes. I'll also ask her.
I'll just leave that there.
Nah, it's fine.
Oh, it's alright. You can ask her. I'm doing this. We'll get to Gawk stuff in a bit, but
It was gonna be. Can I have a flask that never empties?
oh yes, that's very easy. Never empties of what? Water, or what are you looking for?
Strong alcohol.
What strong alcohol would you like?
In my travels in the deserts, I've seen alcohol pulled out of cacti. I was like one of those.
All right, that will take some time, but I could get it done in half an hour.
Great.
Yes. Cactus cooler.
How much is
One
that?
of my favorites.
That'll be okay. Let's see, 250. I think is fair.
Never mind. I'll drink like a plebe. You have an empty flask by any chance? I could use one of those.
Oh yes, she just conjures one in her hand and says, "Here you are."
Thanks.
All right.
I have a question.
Oh, yeah.
Is there any way we can find you or call upon you again?
Oh, just come to my shack. You found it once, you'll find it again.
Will it be in the same place?
It should.
Enough.
I don't see why a house would move.
I didn't notice it the first time around. That's why I was asking.
Oh, really? Huh. Well, that's different than what I would know. I don't imagine my house moving. Well, oh well. Anyways, I'm sure that you'll find me if you really want to. Maybe you'll find some of my other compatrons. I've been trying to look for Grimace recently, but I haven't found him. That or Dick. Dick's very knowledgeable about many things, so if you're trying to find any of us, then just work on it, and then we'll be able to find you. I'm sure. I'm sure.
You tell us what their expertise lies in.
Oh, Dick is he is able to identify any rune that you come upon, and he is able to help you. Well, he knows many things, so he can help you in that sense. In addition to that, Grimace is more about arms, armor, and weaponry. But he is a bit of an interesting fellow.
Where was the last place you saw them around?
They were in town. I'd have to step outside, and then I could probably see them in the distance. It's not too far.
If you could point us their way, I'd appreciate it.
Oh, of course. All you need to do is open the door, go a little bit down the creek, and then you'll be able to see them. You can tell there is no creek around here. She is very wrong in this description.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just tells Nico
Everything I got.
crazy. So it was Dick, and who was the other one?
Grimace.
Grimace.
Mhm.
Okay. He likes hamburgers, from what I've heard.
Same.
Weapons, knowledge. Okay. And Alice is magic. Okay.
All right. Just 1 second. Gotta address a call from father-in-law.
These things are very important.
Yes. All right. So, let's see here. This one. All right. And that is your wand of shield. Everything is there. Now that we have that area, we go to Gawk. Gawk, you do the thing?
I do the thing. Very nervously, I do the thing.
Oh, okay. Also, the person doing the other thing, roll their thing.
I still don't have.
All right, I will roll the thing for that individual. I will roll it privately.
I love how
no one knows.
specific D&D is.
Indeed. Trying to keep it, the air of mystery. Indeed. Okay, so it succeeded for you to know.
Okay.
For that happening. So, yes, this will be there. Gawk, as you focus in on the stone in your pocket, you hear a voice. Who calls me? Who calls Grokthal Martin?
Gawk Firechild.
How did you earn Firechild?
I've been devout to our circle of the summer for most of my life, but I've also aided nature in its balance of keeping overgrowth from threatening the world, or villains who threaten to upset the balance from
You sound like an elf.
doing so. Excuse me.
Nature, circles. Those sounds like prissy words to me.
And
by the way, he is speaking in Orcish to you, and you do
Okay,
hear
got
this
it.
voice in your head at this point. You're just speaking to
got
yourself.
it. And asking out of character, did I immediately recognize this voice, or is all this as new to me as
It sounds very Orcish, but you feel you could conjure forth more from this stone than just a voice, if you wish.
Gawk will do that. Gawk will sit cross-legged on the ground, pull the stone out of his pocket, and press it between both hands, and focus harder on trying to summon forth some image of who he's speaking to.
All right, all right. So, as you focus harder, you have an ethereal image of an orc stand before you. This ethereal image looks like, well, announces that this orc is of high station and is possibly a chieftain of an orc clan. Looks at you. You look orcish, not elvish, but you speak like a tree lover. And you also... Wait. Looks a little bit closer to you. You're not real orc.
I am a half orc.
What's your other half? Elf?
No. My father was a human.
Then why do you speak of trees and circles? Why not of might and strength?
My mother was a mighty orc. My mother also spoke of balance and the importance of respecting the beasts and the elements.
Respect is through
the end of
power,
the day.
young one. If you are stronger than a beast, then it will submit. If the beast is stronger than you, then you will submit and become its prey.
Gok has like a momentary outburst and like eyes almost light aflame, like a little bit of passion, and says, no one makes Gok their prey.
Then you must be strong. I see there is fire in your eyes. What do you burn with it?
Gok kind of loses the flame a little bit, even breaks eye contact and says, Gok is uncertain. Gok thought he was powerful.
Ah! He slams his axe on the ground, and it would make a sound if he was a corporeal being, but it merely passes through the ground in his frustration. Unnoticed by him, he stares at you intently. The answer is you burn your enemies with it. You use your own power to make your way. You show your strength. Maybe you were raised by elves to not know that.
Gok gets angry, produces flame, and throws it through the corporeal or ethereal form. At the ground, though.
At the ground, okay.
So as not to set anything on fire.
Where's your weapon? Is it merely these trifling balls of fire?
Gok starts to reach for his scimitar, but then stops and grins, realizing that's not his real power, and snaps, and just like that, Steve appears next to him.
You have Steve appear? A summoner. So you're a shaman.
Not quite. These powers I've not come into naturally.
Is it through worship? Do you
No.
worship Grumash?
I do not worship Grumash. I do not recognize any chief or any deity beyond that of the balance of nature.
Why have you summoned me here?
Gok is unclear, but Gok's instincts knew this would lead him to answers.
Then you need guidance. As these stones are meant to guide those of our race and our clan. Although you barely passed at first, you've shown that you are, despite your claims, a shaman in some form. You summon the spirits. You command the elements. And you are orc, albeit half.
Gok understands. Gok like bows his head a little bit. Gok understands. Gok will accept any guidance you give, Great Chief. Bows his head again.
Strength is the greatest guidance. Some talk of peace, but if they are unable to uphold that peace due to their own weakness of strength, then their peace means nothing. Strength means everything. Strength comes in many forms, young orc. So he looks over at this, and then back at you. Your strength is not in the might of your own body, as he raises his axe, but, lowering it again, it comes from something else. You must hone that. You must be strong enough to not fear any foe, to slay down all who oppose you, and to make the world your own, as you must become the greatest beast. For if you talk of nature, you must be the one on top, or else you will be eaten.
God nods.
If
God
you-
takes like a deep breath. John?
If you need any guidance in any particular matter, then I am here for you, young orc.
God takes a moment, closes his eyes, then reopens his eyes and says, Gok is ready, but Gok could use your guidance. Gok and his companions look to submit one of the mightiest of beasts to our will. Gok would accept your guidance on how we can
And what beast is that?
slay a dragon.
Dragon. You are a true orc. Well, to best a dragon, you must corner it. For to fight it in the sky is folly. You may get a shot every now and then, but a true dragon will never let you win. You will never be able to harm it or kill it. Even if you have archers at your beck and call, they will be unable to severely wound it, as it will kill half your number and then flee to recuperate. You might think to attack it in its lair, but at that point you are already weakened, and it is ready for you. They are cunning. They are crafty. They set up traps. You think to trap it in its lair, but instead, when you and your party go into its mouth, the mouth of the cave it dwells in, it comes from its hiding place, a few 100 feet away, and burns you all alive. Surprise is your best element, and trapping it, for to fight it in the sky is folly.
What is a dragon's desire? All beasts of every manner have needs. What does a dragon need?
They have needs such as you or I. They're very different from each other. They're not all requiring one thing. They are different based on color, I know this, although I don't know the significance. That would be a shaman's duty. But I know that each dragon, is their own being, with their own wants and desires. You must learn of those wants and desires, and you must outsmart it. Although, it will be a difficult task.
Very well. One final question for you, Chief.
Yes, young orc.
What does it mean to be an orc?
It means strength. Our people have to live through harsh conditions. We have always had to fight. And to be an orc is to be strength.
Gok takes another deep breath, kind of plants both hands down in front of him, lowers his head all the way to the ground. I bow to your guidance, Chief. I will be strong.
If you need me any
I will be
further,
an orc.
ask, little orc. And I look forward to you slaying your dragon.
Gok raises his head, fire in his eyes again. Almost a grin on his face, like tuskily showing more than usual. As do I.
Indeed.
And then Gok's gonna stop focusing on the rock.
He fades away as if blown by a slow wind. And you can see, with the fire in his eyes of a strong orc who has never given in to anything in his life, he looks at you expectantly, but at the same time, gives a small salute as he vanishes.
All right. Gog's gonna spend another like seconds to a minute in here just collecting himself, and then walk out of the closet.
All right. So that is Gawk's thing. Okay, okay. Then we have Tico. You wanted to ask Alice about a mask?
Oh.
Oh.
If you want me.
Sorry, we'll make it seem like it's there. All right. Yes, dearie. What can I get for you?
Alice, I wanted to ask. I have this mask, and I wanted to ask you if it'd be possible to enchant it and allow me to be able to see into the future somehow. I think it would be of great aid while we're
The
exploring
future.
or battle.
Well, I could do so, but I don't think that you have the means. To give
Can
you
you
a
elaborate on what?
well, to give you a rough estimate, something along those lines would be at least 100,000 gold.
Yeah, we're very far away from that. Working on it though.
Yes, but I can make you see other things if you wish.
Oh, those.
If, for 250 gold, you ask of me, I can make it so that you can detect magic at will.
Let me discuss this with the group since
If you wish
we
for
hold a collective.
If you wish to read any language, it would be 500. If you wish for them both, it would be 1,000.
Let me discuss this with the group since we have a collective coin purse.
Indeed, indeed.
Oh. Where's everyone? I scream on my
Yes.
Yeah, wait, everything's
Well,
dark.
I haven't walked out of the room yet, so.
Okay. Yeah, we'll wait for Gawk to come back. I don't see Mosby on my screen.
Yeah,
either.
where's Mosby?
I'm not on the screen.
Where'd you go?
I don't know. I just see gray everywhere.
Oh, what?
Pressure.
Mosby, we're gonna put you on the map then. Okay, there you are. You can see now?
Yep.
Okay. Your token wasn't on. I was like, what? Okay. So you forgot to come back. Gawk is back.
Gawk is back, not shaking, not sweating. Gawk is actually cracking his knuckles, almost as if they're ready to lift a bull or punch someone in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Mosby chuckles and says, "The half orc is ready."
Gawk does that thing that bulls do where steam comes out of their nose.
Gawk, you sense there's a joke here going on, but you can't really tell what it is at this point unless you want to roll an insight.
No, Gawk is too focused for that.
Gotcha.
Gawk has no time for nonsense.
All right. Well, tell me when you're done, dearies.
So guys, huddle up. So I asked her to enchant the mask that I have to allow me to see into the future, and unfortunately that was going to cost us 100,000 gold, but we have other options. For 250 gold, can have my mask detect any magic, and for 500 gold, I could be able to read any language. Is this something you guys think this will be worthwhile?
The detect magic definitely would, given how few spellcasters we have can do that.
Yeah.
Which would be none right now.
Correct.
If we forego one of your spirit potions, we would be able to afford it. So the question remains on you. Are you willing to forego it? And then I will make up the difference.
Yes, I would, but I'd like more detail as to how this would work. Would it be like let me just go after.
Yes.
Alice, I'm interested in the being able to detect magic. Can you tell me how that would work? Would I just put the mask on and be able to see it, or how would the use mechanism be?
Oh, you would have to activate it. Simply, I would have you put both your fingers to a little bit below where your eyes are, and then the magic will radiate as a trigger. It would be blinding to always have that on. It should be a choice.
And is it how good is the detection?
It's as per the normal spell, so it's not the greatest. But the more you focus on an area, the more time spent, the more detail you'll be able to garner.
Okay, then I would like to forego one of my spirit potions to help pay for this.
Okay. Then we'll use that 100 plus 50 of my gold plus the 100 we have remaining for that, and that'll be all our purchases. Subtracting 50 gold now.
Okay. Excellent. So, Tico, you wanted the mask, and sorry, I couldn't get that last, but it was a little quiet. You said you wanted the mask and not to have your potion, one of your potions.
To help pay for it, one of the spirit potions that I had, one of the light spirit potions. So I was supposed to get 2.
Gotcha.
I'm foregoing one of them.
All right. Oh, and I need to add that little caveat. User. I'll just put that there for you on that one, because that was something I thought of for you. Excellent. And you want the mask. Okay, so this mask, surprisingly, does not need attunement. Let me just get a cool mask for you.
I was going to suggest to enchant, because I already had the Rorschach mask. I was just going to suggest to enchant that mask.
Ah, okay. Or shark mask.
Where did we get a Rorschach mask?
It came with my subclass.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not the Rorschach itself. I had the option to design it.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
But neat.
It's one of those old school like medicine masks, but like with Rorschach.
Oh, the plague doctor one.
Plague Doctor one, yeah.
Well,
With
this one
Rorschach.
doesn't have the beak. It's just I could have gotten that one too, but
Oh, okay.
Oh
this
man.
one, just think Watchmen. When I put this on,
I
You
love
just
it.
Trading one nightmare for another. Got it.
I love it. All right, so I'm gonna get you a detect magic. Detect magic will be in your spell book, but it will be at will. So beautiful.
Freaking off,
Boink.
honestly.
By the time we're going to be done with this campaign, it's going to be Talk in the Multiverse of Madness.
I mean, it could. I wouldn't say no to that. But for your
You guys
lovely
can take the
individuals.
reference to, that's the title
Yes.
of the upcoming Doctor Strange movie, in case someone was
I didn't actually catch that one. Very nice. I haven't been paying attention to a lot of movies. I've been told Loki's good, but I don't have Disney Plus, so yeah. Why isn't this? Well, alright. So, you guys are done with your shopping, correct?
I believe we are.
Alright.
Anything else? We got our books. We own our books now. Okay.
Alright, dearies. I'll leave you be. I'm going to retire to my room now. And as she retires, I'm assuming the 2 nerds who got books want to know what their books contain.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn it, she opened the door. One moment. I need to close the door. So, Animal Party. Your book starts out telling the tale of... No problem. Your book starts out telling the tale of two individuals, Trail and Aelani. These two are animalistic in nature. One's a Triton, one is a Tabaxi, and it goes about how these two go on these wacky adventures, even going into a goblin's den and not killing a goblin, but instead just befriending a goblin and bringing it back to their bar, a place called Trollskull Manor. It then goes into how these individuals started to take on other odd jobs and started to refurbish their manor into from Trollskull Manor to the Gargoyle's Chalice. At this point, it'll be a while, and roll me a history check.
You go.
Yep.
Or do I have to do it? I'm reading it.
You. Yep, and
Sorry,
no assistance.
Gargoyle's Chalice?
The Gargoyle's Chalice. Indeed.
Got it.
Okay. Cool name. And they turned this place into an occult bar. That is where we get this far. It's only a little bit that you're able to read and rest here. Now, let me open the door again. All right. So, the other book that you were reading was about potion crafting. And that is Utico, correct? Very sure it was. Yes. All right, so Tico. The book on potion crafting goes into many different various ways. A lot of them are based upon infusing your magical energies into the potions. And some do not need to have magical infusion of energy, such as basic potions of healing and, well, the majority of those potions of healing, but they become a little bit easier when you have magical capabilities. Ones like potions of fly, potion of fire resistance, etc., you need to have some magical capacity in order to make them, or find the rare and special herbs. Roll me a nature check, Tico. Okay, a 14. You've heard of some of these herbs here and there, but when you get to potions of light spirit and potions of spirit, they have different herbs, obviously, for different potions. They don't require any magical components for it, but something odd you find is that you've never heard of any of these herbs.
Okay.
Roll me an investigate check very quick. The DC is going to be low for this, but we need to see what your character does. All right, excellent. The DC was 10. With this information, you start to get curious and you flip towards the end of the book. As you flip towards the end of the book, there are a few different diagrams of how to make certain potions, like potions of light spirit, and it goes over a few of these herbs. You know that some of these herbs, you know that they're probably not real, or they don't exist, at least to your knowledge, for some of them that are used for the potion of spirit. Some of them may be, but some of them are really weird, like a spindly, grassy wheat type of weed that has, instead of those flax for wheat, bulbous, almost eye-like protrusions coming from it, where if you poke it, it would it would make a goop of just plasma come out. It's very odd. And this is called eye weed. Yeah, you find that out.
Right.
And that is what you get in your books. And Mosby, you only got a little bit in your book, but Tico, you flipped through it and you found some of these very interesting parts. But as you go through, you'll be able to really learn more of the formulas and a bit more of the herbs, and possibly even recognize some of these strange herbs if you were ever to spot them in the wild.
Okay.
All right. So with that, everyone gains the benefits of a long rest.
Yes. Are you gonna long rest Mulin for us, or someone that has control of him?
Done.
So I don't know.
And as
Oh,
you
nice.
get your...
It should automatically reset the effects of aid too if you still had that.
Oh, it does
AKA,
automatically.
you don't have to
affect-
worry about that.
It does automatically reset that. I like that. All right, so as you guys rest, you rest for about only 2.5 hours. It's not that long, and you feel the effects of a full rest as if you rested an entire night, which is odd, to say the least. But as you get your full night's rest... Wait, what is this? Pico, why are you not here? As you get your full night's rest, Alice then says, well, it was a pleasure having you all, but it's time you go about your journey. Now that you've had a short respite. And I wish you well.
Thank you, Alice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gok stands up and marches towards the door.
All right.
Let's go, guys.
Gok, once you open the door, the house fades. And you come to this scene instead, where you see, riding up to you in the distance, is 3 sleds. 2 are manned by kobolds. 1 is manned by skeletal kobolds with a humanoid on it. In the distance, further on, you also see Bryn Shindir, as it's not too far away from you.
Are our sleds gone?
Your sleds actually are not here.
Where's my mount? Where is Bjorn?
And Bjorn is not here right now.
Are these riding towards us casually? Like, did we appear where they were already headed, or are they riding towards us as if they almost knew we were here?
Casually, as if they were coming out and they spotted you all. You have some time to respond, but it's very apparent that they saw you.
Who goes there?
Gok readies a flame.
As they ride up, the sleds come to a halt, and this individual steps out from the sleds. My name's Valen Harple. Valen Harple. I'm here because I was looking for you all. You're the group that went and tried to go Drunken Knuckles, correct?
Yes.
Well, there's a dragon that's torching Eastwood currently.
Eastwood?
Did I get that wrong?
East Haven?
East Haven. Ah! Why did I say Eastwood? East Haven. Silly me. Torching East Haven currently. We don't know how long it'll be, but it's already destroyed Dugan's Hole and Goodmead.
Gok snarls.
I nudge Gok. We didn't like those places anyway.
We are here to help. We know the dragon's flight pattern. We need to evacuate all the towns to Bryn Shandir, as that is the last place to strike.
Oh, well, the good news is I think that's where all will be going, since Bryn Shandir is always the last resort. But I was coming to try and figure out where you were. I went on the same route that you all left on, but you've already made your way back? Did you see the dragon leave half a day ago, or how are you here so quickly?
We are the drunken uncles. We have ways of getting around.
Ah, you have a wizard in your group.
When needed.
Gok steps forward. Tell us more about the dragon.
Well, the dragon is torching eastward currently, and has already destroyed Duganthol and Goodmead. But we don't know much about it. We just saw a black mass that could only be a dragon in the sky, as some refugees from East Haven have told us. No one's come from Dugan's Hole and from Goodmead.
Mosby hangs his head.
No survivors.
But there were a few from East Haven. Most certainly.
Can I tell where we are now, generally?
Yeah. So, let's take you all to the map. You are about right here.
Can you... Okay.
Yes, Bryn Shandir is within sight.
We shall go help Prince Indir fortify and prepare.
But we're gonna lose quiet time back. Things East Haven, Carolina, go.
And you have sent word to all the other towns to make their way here?
Yes. There's some word that's been trickling out. We think that the dragon will be done with East Haven, and we just got the news, so we're trying to send word to Lonelywood and Tourmaline, if possible. Brevin and Targos will know very quickly, but Caer Dineval and Caer Konig, if they haven't caught the dragon's sight already, will be caught unawares.
Gok turns to the party. We won't get there any faster than they will, and if we don't learn of a way to defeat the creature, I doubt these and just gestures in Valen's direction. I doubt these creatures will find a way. We've seen the might of the 10 towns.
Well, I'm not much of a fighter myself, more of a researcher, but I came to help you all, if possible. And to help aid you. That's why I have these sleds. Helmed by wolves. That'll be a little bit faster than your normal sleds.
Let us go to Prince Indir and tell us of the feats on the way. Sorry, Gok, go ahead.
This is Gok eyes the kobolds manning the wolves.
Oh, the ones manning my own personal sled are just of the undead variety, and the other ones are their compatriots. They're perfectly fine.
Have you learned anything in the dragon's attack pattern?
Well, we've learned it's burned those 3 cities. We fear that it may be going straight to Bryn Shandir, but it doesn't... Well, it might be. But if it's going to Caer Dineval, then it would most likely wrap around and hit Bryn Shandir last. If it did, then it's trying to corral all of us into one place, is my assessment, but, well, I'm not a native here. It would only make sense, since Bryn Shandir would be the last place everyone would go to make their last stand.
The dragon's flight path is East Haven, followed by Caer Dineval, Caer Konig, Tourmaline, Lonelywood, Bremen, Targos, then Bryn Shandir.
Then I think it is trying to trap us in Bryn Shandir. Make us all think that we have a safe haven, a place to go to, and then roast us alive. As that's where every refugee would go.
Perhaps we can send them into the forests for safety.
We
or
possibly
to the Dwarven
could.
Valley, perchance.
It's not my place. I'm not a native here. I know there are many evils that dwell in the Dale, and if it's a lone dragon, that is a good idea.
Gok snaps his finger and looks looks at the kobold and says, "Kobold, what of the cave? What if the villagers were to retreat to the cave with the other
Eh,
gestures in
Intermaling.
the direction of the kobold?
eh.
Provided that city's even, the city is not ash by the time citizens arrive there. Though I'm
These
sure the folks of Tourmaline have already retreated down to that
these
cave.
these kobolds have no idea what you're talking about, but she does not know either. So caves, what caves?
Yeah,
Cave
I'm
is-
sort of just speaking out loud.
The caves of Tourmaline.
Oh
We have to
yes,
find the kobolds
Tourmaline. It is likely that they will try to seek shelter in the caves, although I don't know how much that will. Well, the mine. I don't know how much that will afford them. Maybe some temporary respite, but if it's just a dragon, then they should be fine.
Is would we be able to see how far is it from Bryn Shander to
How far is what from Binchendir?
Tourmaline?
Tourmaline.
So-
All right.
2 cities over my path, but there's a direct shot, maybe.
With
Yeah, the
these
direct shot.
wolves, you could try to make a direct shot. It actually wouldn't be too bad, but let's see. If you're looking at normal pathways, without a sled, which you do, you have a 1.5 times sled instead of just 1 times the sled. Let's see. Tourmaline. Native Targos, 4 hours, so that means Brinchendir with this would be around 5 if you take a straight shot, so it would be about 2 hours. A little bit less. From Brinchendir to Tourmaline.
I'm gonna quickly psychically say to the group, what if we get to Bryn Shander? We can inform the speakers to send as many people as possible to the prison, because the prison was not on the fight plan. The people will be safe there.
Oh,
You mean Revel's End, way up here?
Yeah, I mean, like once it's hit Tourmaline, they'll be able to go up past it. If they're in a big enough group, they should be pretty safe in the dale. Just a suggestion that we can have for the speakers.
yeah. Yeah, it could be one of our suggestions. For anyone who can't fight, or at the very least help defend against the dragon, that may be their only chance. It's either that or they take their chances staying in the city. Either way, they're taking a chance. It's either guaranteed that they get a visit from a dragon in Brinchendir, or there's a chance they get noticed on the road headed north. It's up to them if they want to take that gamble, but they should at least be given the option in case they don't know about the prison. Whether or not they do is not the business of the drunken uncles.
I think Bryn Shander is where we should go now.
Agreed.
It's not far away. We can make our journey there without much trouble.
So
I'd like to ask a question.
go for it.
In regards to the dragon, have there been any efforts to attack it or damage it, or is there anything discernible that would help us find any weaknesses about this dragon?
To my knowledge, East Haven is a bigger town, and it will take some time to destroy. They have a militia. They are probably fighting it as best they can, although Goodmead and Dugan's Hole probably didn't put up much of a fight. As for if anyone would find a weakness, they'd probably be dead in East Haven, to be fair. Let's see. It would be East
One
Haven.
of the speakers was a dragon, right?
Oh, Trovis.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Where was he from again? Question to the group.
Caer Konig.
Hopefully, he's able to be in Bryn Shander as well. He may have some knowledge about ways to fight dragons for us.
Hopefully. But I've heard that he's a drunken sod.
Nothing will sober you up quite like a dragon's flames.
I hope you're right. I know Lonelywood has a greater garrison as well of militia. But aside from Lonelywood and East Haven, I think the only place that'll really possibly put up a fight against it is Bryn Shander. But Bryn Shandir's big. If the dragon's smart and is able to fight well, it's unlikely we will be able to do too much, at least while it's aerial. If you have a way to bring one down, that would be wonderful, but I don't expect that of you or anyone, really.
There's a chance that we may be able to ground it. Or her. It.
Whatever. It's a
I looked
dragon.
at Deco.
It's a dragon.
I looked at Deco. I've seen your punches all but paralyze foes. If we paralyze him in the air, he would fall to the ground.
Definitely worth a shot.
Are you saying this telepathically?
No, I turned to Deco and say this.
Well, if you could paralyze a dragon, that would be a feat, as they are quite hardy. Quite hardy.
No one has hold monster, right? So.
No, we checked. And then I
We
checked
checked.
again.
No one has what?
Hold
We should
monster.
have bought a scroll of that.
Yeah.
I checked. I checked. It was gonna cost at least 4,000 gold.
Oh shit. Okay.
I have hold person, but not hold monster.
Yeah.
Turn to the group of CG. Say you could have used that Frost Giant strength now, don't you think?
Not unless frost giants can fly.
We can fly. We have a hope.
Got gives like a grunting nod. Mm.
Deer?
Shindir.
To Bryn Shindir. Okay. So,
Don't trick it and select it.
we go from this music. No, not that one. 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 Stop it. Stop it. There we are. To, really? Icebound Town. There we are. You see that in Bryn Shindir, it is hustling and bustling with many different individuals starting to go out on the streets and talk. You're able to get through without any issue currently as you're moving around, but you can tell there's some commotion happening. As you walk into the town, and where's your goal, by the way?
To the speaker's house.
Yeah, speakers.
Speaker's house. All right. She takes you to the speaker's house, but in passing the speaker's house, you would pass by where Vailish Gant is. Would you like to stop and talk to Vailish Gant, or continue on to the speaker?
Yes.
Yeah.
He is a wizard, Harry.
All right, so you go over to Vailish Gant, open the door, and you can see that this area is a mess. There appears to be notes almost everywhere, some spills from different alchemical things, different magical devices, as he looks frazzled, to say the least. Looks up at you all. Hello. Oh, yes, you all. There's what was I even going to say? Oh, that's right. You all wouldn't believe it, from what I found in my research.
Tell us quickly.
Something's wrong with magic. Whenever I try to do any research into what went wrong, I found it that something is interrupting the weave. I don't know what, but unfortunately, I haven't had enough time. It's just whatever's happening seems to be cancerous. Imagine this as he takes a bit of cloth and he takes out a small dagger or a small knife and starts poking holes in it. Imagine the weave is supposed to be this fabric of what it is, but instead there's these little holes that I'm finding in strange places. I had my device made quickly, and I thought that it was a mistake in the readings, but I went around and after refurbishing it, I found the same readings all around town, in different spots and areas, sometimes in the same, sometimes in different places. It didn't seem sedentary. It seemed like it was moving, shifting. I don't know what that means yet, but something is happening around here. I don't know if it's isolated to this area, my friends.
Kent, if you truly want your freedom, we need your help.
With what?
Is there anyone else around other?
No, there's Velen.
Gok interrupts and answers the question himself, slams a fist into his other hand and says, "We're slaying a dragon."
Oh, alright. He just looks past you as if it's not really hit him or he's not really believing it yet. And he sees Velen. Velen? That she stiffens a little bit. I'll be. Still trying to reanimate cats? No, I am doing work for my employers. Oh. Of course you are. Of course. I think I've told you all about Velen, right?
Is she a member of the
Came about that?
Brotherhood?
Yes, yes. She's up here, and, well, she's not very impressive. Yes, I am. No. She has no real power after all. All she has is powerful family members, and she can't even pull those strings up here. I am making a name for myself, and it's going terribly. And you were thrown in prison.
Yes, we do not have time
well.
for a measuring contest. There's a dragon on the way here. We need your magical abilities to assist us.
Oh. You're serious? Well,
Who jokes about a dragon?
I would only assume that joking about a dragon would be natural, given that there would be no real dragon coming here. At least, it wouldn't be common. Let's see. I don't really have a spell book, so I won't be much help. I can rememorize some of the spells at my disposal, but as a wizard, I need to have something to study and memorize to get anything really useful.
I grab him. I say, I tell the rest of the group, find the speakers. And I say, come with me.
All right. You drag him with you.
And then we'll head to the speakers.
All right, Speaker Shane. So you knock on the speaker's door, and the speaker is not there. This is just to note where her house would be.
Is there a nearby guard?
There is a nearby guard.
Gok will walk over to the guard and ask, "You there? Where are your speakers?"
Oh, she's meeting with the sheriff, sir. Something about security or importance or something.
Yes, of course. We should all be prepared for combat, but I asked you where. Where is your sheriff?
Oh, last I saw she went that way, sirs. Oh wait, hang on a sec. Why are you trying to speak to her?
Gok grunts and keeps walking in the direction that we were pointed to.
All right. He says as you just go. So if you want to find her, roll me an investigate check. As you are trying to look around and deduce where that speaker is, because she's not always at home. What is this?
Is Moulin good at that?
I believe Moulin is. Let me double check. He has a +2.
Anyone beat that?
Not me.
No.
Well, then he's rolling.
All right.
And someone else roll, apparently.
I got you. So with some time, you guys are able to find her. It only takes about half an hour, but you can find that Speaker Shane, as you would find out her name is speaking to Sheriff Southwell. the person in charge of the militia of Brinchendir.
This is not the Dragonkin speaker, right?
No, this is not Trovis. Yes, what can I do for you all?
We've come to aid in the preparations. How goes your plan to defeat the dragon?
Oh, so you know. Well, that's good. We're trying to rally up the citizenry and making it... Primarily, the main concern is that we will try to do what we can with the militia, arming a mobile crossbow regiment. But Sheriff Southwell, while he can command them, is at an impasse. Sheriff? Yes. One problem that we have coming up is that the citizenry... Well, if there is a dragon overhead, there will be panic and fear. There's likely that there will be more damage caused by the unruly citizens than the dragon itself. At least that is what we hope. If it is just a mere dragon attack, we can withstand it, but our scouts have reported that it has been over East Haven almost 8 hours now. And the last scout reported that it moved on after leveling every building. So, we're either discussing to send everyone down south, essentially abandoning the north, or trying to find a way to house these citizens. The problem is that more will be coming from different towns. When they come here from different towns, once news of what the dragon is doing reaches them, it is likely they will start to loot, riot, and pillage. If they loot, riot, and pillage, well, there's not much we can do. We will be more busy trying to quell the citizenry than fighting the dragon, so we are discussing how to proceed in this manner. But you are the Drunken Knuckles, if I'm not mistaken. An Aasimar,
That's correct.
a half-orc, a tiefling, and a half-elf that is hard to see, but only shows himself when he wants to be seen.
So Gant and myself are not together with them right now. FYI.
He said
We're
halfling.
going- No, we're not with them.
Oh, you're not with them.
Right, but he knows of
Yeah.
he knows of you.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm just saying, like,
Gotcha. So you both will be somewhere different.
Gog says yes. As the dragon finishes with East Haven, it'll make its way to Caradinavel. We've learned of its flight path.
How do
It'll
you
make
know
its
this?
way. We attempted to stop it from happening.
Speaker
As the
Shane,
speaker, and Gok
Yes.
nudges towards the other speaker and says,
yes,
the speaker had
we-
employed us to do.
We asked them to try and stop the dragon once we learned about it from our scouts, and it seems that was not an option. They went to a fortress, Sunblight, from what we had heard of, and we were hoping that they would stop it from being constructed. However, I think that it was loose. Tell me, did you at least kill the people who loosed it upon us, or did you come back right away?
We fought many Duragar in order to find the source of the dragon, but by the time we could make our way past the first layer of defenses, we found that the dragon had already been constructed and summoned, and believed it more pertinent to come and aid in the defense of Brinchendir, the 10 towns, against this beast.
But not its creator.
We were unable to find a creator.
Creator. Yes, there were Duragar creators of it. That... a golem dragon. If that is the case, then there are two things that it may happen. If it is a construct, then either it is weaker than a normal dragon, or I fear stronger. It depends what it was made of, how it was made, how it has a mind of its own, and if it's a construct, it should be given orders, correct? As he looks to the speaker, and speakers, yes, to my knowledge. As she looks over you guys, asking your arcane expertise.
We know it's a dragon, and we know we must kill it.
And we know its flight plan.
Uh-huh.
We know which towns it is going to attack on the way to Brinchendir.
Well, if that's the case, we have some time. It seemed like when our scouts last reported that it went to Caerdeneville, as your word is true, that it raised every building, every stone, every hut, everything. And it took meticulous time to do so. If it is doing so, then we will have ample time to prepare the citizenry and possibly even evacuate south. But we'd only be able to evacuate the citizenry that is here. For the citizenry coming in, there's not much we can do. And if we evacuate them south, then if the construct is given orders to attack any fleeing civilians, it is likely that all of them will die very quickly. So, I think we have come to a decision here so far to try and make our stand at Bryn Shindir. Although you are no tacticians, Drunken Knuckles, you have proven yourselves to be a great help to the 10 towns. So I would ask your opinion. As I am in charge of its defense, you all have seen to the defense of every town. Is there an alternative plan?
I have an idea. Oh, you mentioned that must be a caster. Who, if the theory is right that it's being controlled, then someone has to be casting it.
Well, I said creator. If that's true, then if we could find the caster, that would be wonderful. I don't know much about constructs.
So, in regards to that, I was thinking we're able to detect magic, and the person who's casting it has to be within a certain range of the dragon to be able to control it. Wondering if I can detect where that magic is emanating out of, and if that will lead us to the caster.
If you can do so, then I would be ever appreciative. But I know nothing of these matters with that. All I'm trying to do is trying to prepare for a dragon attack and the citizenry. But aside from that, if you have any other way to find a caster, then yes, by all means. Yes. Belrond, I presume, right?
Maybe that's true. A way to protect the citizenry and give us some time is we have them go to East Haven. We know that the dragon has already passed, and East Haven can be a holdout for the citizens while we make our stand up in Shindir.
An interesting proposal. Bring them to an already ruined city. My question is what they would do about the cold, if that were the case.
Let them get supplies from here. Furs. And anything else to keep them warm.
Indeed. Since it's just a dragon, we should be able to deal with that. If you found out exactly how it's going to go, then it will be fine. And at this, the speaker pipes up. You said that you killed many Duragar, but not all of them, correct?
That's true.
Do you know if they're providing any assistance to this dragon, or if they expect it to destroy the 10 towns by itself?
We saw no armies leave the fortress. Certainly put a dent in their numbers.
If that's the case, then it may just be a dragon. Or they're already here. What? Well, we've heard reports, and no doubt, weren't you involved in some of the incidences with Duragar as well, Drunken Knuckles, or did you just hear the reports? No, I think you just heard the reports on them, correct?
What reports?
Trovis and a few others in East Haven reported that there were things missing all around towns. And they weren't able to identify who did it, until eventually we were able to get a Duragar and, well, a few Duragar and capture them and get the information we needed to send you out. It seems that they've already been here. Possibly, they've already been infiltrating and planning this a long time. But do you think they'd actually come in and kill us while a dragon's fighting? I don't know exactly, but it is a chance.
We know that the Durgar turn invisible, And we have witnessed that during our battles with them in Sunblight. Could that be another tactic they are using here?
That is what I fear. Well, even if they did, we could send some guards with them, and even if we send 50 guards, they should be fine. What? There will be maybe 5-10 Duragar that are that have infiltrated different areas? Well, yes, that's what the reports say, but I am concerned. Perhaps they've already set up areas where they'll set arson in the city, or in the town. I am unsure. It could be that they're not even here, or that they're waiting for us to send the citizenry. If they have us send the citizenry down south, or maybe they're waiting for us to send them out of the city, or out of the town at all.
We attempt to identify if there's any Durgar in the mission here currently at the moment.
It will be difficult, especially because, well, there's already a panic, and refugees are starting to come into the city. As a greater influx come in, yes, as a greater amount come in, it'll be impossible to check them all. We'll merely have to put them with the other refugees. Yes. But would they come with the refugees? I don't think they'd be able to fit with them. Obviously, they're Duragar. They would have to be invisible, and that would be obvious in the snow. I think you're quite right.
I have an idea. I'm able to detect magic. I'd like to go to the highest rooftops or highest points all throughout the towns and scope out the areas if I could see the invisible creatures.
Tico, for you to understand a little bit why that may not work, look at detect magic.
Okay. That's only 30 feet. Oops.
Yep. And it's in sight of you. Not all around you, but within sight of you because of your mask.
Got it.
And you can tell that Bryn Shandir
can't do-
is big, so it would not be very feasible. Yeah, like 2.5 feet wide. North to south gate is over 2.5. Yeah, it would not be feasible. Good thought, though. Good thought.
Where are these refugees entering from?
Currently, they're entering from the east gate. There's already been a flood of them coming in, but they're of all shapes and sizes. We're in no condition to vet every single one. And it's
What
also
we can do is we can
continue.
funnel them all through one gate and have our friend Tico inspect them as they're coming through.
All right. At this point, all of you talking, all three of you, you can roll me an Arcana. All three of you at this, as it may judge something else, which would give you an extra roll. So, all three of you roll, and excellent. So, Gawk. One thing that you would know, I'm just double checking to make sure I'm correct in this. Yes, is that invisibility only lasts up to an hour. So if they're coming in with the refugees, they would only have an hour to do so and make it into the city.
Gok nods to what Balron is saying. It says, we can also hold new entries for an hour. Give enough time for a spell to disappear.
Yes, let's pen them.
Do you want to keep refugees outside of the gates? Wouldn't that cause panic and mayhem?
No, we can specify that it's for inspection and quarantine. And also, as a goodwill to these refugees, pass out supplies if they wait for an hour to incentivize them to wait calmly.
That could work. Are you joking? Have you ever seen people who are panicked? No, it could. If we just keep them calm, and we have the Drunken Knuckles here as heroes of the 10 Towns, then it may be possible. I don't think it's actually possible to do that, Speaker. Well, I think it might. And I think this may save lives. If they're correct and they're coming in through invisibility, then I think this is our best option. Drunken Knuckles, I leave it up to you. I think this is a mistake, ma'am. Well, I trust their judgment. All right, I'll ready the mobile crossbow regiment.
Sure.
Goes off a bit in a
How
huff.
many? Oh, he walked away already.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask him a question.
Oh, he's readying about 20 of our most skilled to try and go forth through the city. Tell me, do you know anything else of its movements aside from its pattern? Is it aside from what cities it's going to? Is it going to stand in one area and just destroy it and destroy a town piece by piece? I haven't heard the exact details, but do you know what it will do?
Is
Yes.
Valen still with us? Or did
Valen
go with Mosby?
Valen's with Mosby. She's bickering with Valish.
I was trying to keep them apart. Part of the reason I grabbed them.
All right, then she's just standing back. Oh, and we found your sleds were stabled here. It's very odd. I swore that you left on them, but they're here.
Can Gok see Valen? Like, do I have sight on Valen? Could I
Yeah, Valen's back
grab
here.
Valen's attention if I wanted to? Okay.
Yes.
Gok wants to motion over Valen. You! Come here.
Yes.
You must know more about what the dragon is up to. At the very least,
I do not.
What are its patterns?
I asked
Nothing?
you. I do not. No. I would know a bit more about a normal dragon, but this is a bit different. Well, I guess that makes sense. Unfortunate. I don't know who you are, but if you're able to consult with them, I think they think you a friend, so... While your counsel would be appreciative, it seems that you don't know more. We will do what we can. We'll set the refugees up here at the east gate, and we will hope that you will be able to catch any ne'er-do-wells.
Can we also have some of the militia while some are helping us inspect the east gate? Some of our party will then go patrol the town alongside some of the militia and see if there's any Durgar already in Brinshandir.
Alright, that sounds fair. I will have to go to the center and address them as the people are starting to get restless.
As speaker, for us to be fully successful, we need all the help we can. You had promised all of our magic items that you have in here. Can you feed them those weapons for the upcoming battle?
Well, yes, that vault is kept by... It's a combination of locks from the different speakers of the town. I can't just get it by myself. I'll have to wait till more of the speakers come in, but as they come in, I will make it a priority to get you the weapons that you need. If there is any other thing you can think of, then please do so. But...
Mulin would like to pipe up and say, locks? I can help with locks.
Really? Arcane magical locks that require a key specifically given to each speaker.
Arcane, not so much. Right? But locks, yes.
Well, unfortunately this lies outside of your area of expertise then.
He wouldn't be able to pick a magical lock, right?
He would not. Oh, I mean, Theoretically, yes, but you would know, since you're proficient with these tools, that arcane locks are... they're hard. And from what she describes, as this is a 4... it requires 4 speakers, that it would be at least 4 arcane locks that you would need to undo.
I mean, it's worth a shot, right? Like, if he rolls high enough on all 4.
But if you roll low enough, you could completely seal off the vault for who knows how long.
Oh, it's like that. Okay.
Yeah.
If
And
you
I think
fail
it'll be a
enough,
better use
yes.
It'll be a better use of Mulin's time to help us patrol.
Gok also wants to ask about the location of the other 3 speakers, especially the Dragonling, which I refer to as Dragonlings.
Oh. The Dragonborn Trovis. He is, to my knowledge, still at his town. I know that... Let's see. Out of game, trying to get my notes in order. There we are. I know that Speaker Daneth Whalen would go down with his town. And it seems that those from Caer-Dineval and Caer-Konig are stuck in the Dragon's Path. Again, Trovis would not... it would be any 4 speakers. Any 4 speakers for this vault. And it seems that those from Dugan's Hole and Goodmead have already perished. We would have to go to the ruins and maybe find the keys there, but this is also a well-kept secret between the speakers, so speaking of it in public is not the best. However, I can try to get the other speakers that come in from Bremen, Lonelywood, Targos, and Tourmaline to get us the keys. I fear that by the time they're here, they'll be more interested in assisting their own citizenry than helping us with the keys.
How long would it take a wolf-drawn sled to get to Egypt, to get to the 3 closest?
It wouldn't take long.
Is there something you can give? And I point to Valen. This is Mulin talking.
Mhm.
Valen, so that she would be able to retrieve these 3 of these from the because she has 4 sleds.
If
So
she
would be able to
goes...
go to the-
well, let me see. She reaches into her jacket and pulls out a brooch. This brooch has a symbol that you've seen around, as it's a symbol of Bryn Shindir, but there are 10 stars, like 10 northern stars around it, and it is made of gold. So I can give her this, and it will show everyone that this is the speaker of Bryn Shindir's sigil. I don't get this lightly, but this is an emergency.
I know Targos is like 5 minutes from here. Not really, but Targos 5 minutes, then Bremen, and then what's the 3rd closest one? Would it be Tourmaline?
Tourmaline.
The half-orc speaker there will also know us and recognize us.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't be going. I
Right.
want to send. So yeah, I think we can get it very quickly.
Bremen,
And-
Targos, Tourmaline?
Yeah, Bremen and Targos, and then if she brings those back, Mulin could try to pick the 3rd lock, the 4th lock, because that would be 3 out of 4. If we want to take that risk, because he's only gonna try to pick it one, and then if he fails, send him to Tourmaline to get the last one.
If it fails for you to pick the lock, you could lock yourselves out.
Well, you said there was multiple tries before it's like a lockout.
But
It depends on
presumably
how
will
much
get
you
harder
fail.
with each attempt.
Like, it would be
Okay.
multiple tries. Like, right now, you would have to do 4 locks in a row, succeed. And if the DC is ever too low, then you're just locked out. So you'd
Alright,
still be
so
taking a
maybe-
chance, but it would be a far, far less chance to only take it 1 time instead of 4 times in a row.
Maybe it'll make more sense to go to send one person to Tourmaline and send the second one to Targos and Bremen, just to minimize the time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because there is 4 sleds. Send someone they would know, they would trust, to Tourmaline.
And Valen can go to Targos and Bremen.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it would be it would still be on one of Valen's sleds, Tourmaline. maximize
Yes,
the
yes.
speed.
Indeed. All right. So,
Mulin puts his hood back up.
we have a little bit of a plan. Someone wants to go to Tourmaline, and you want to send Valen to Targos and Bremen.
Yeah. Well, someone, not one of the knuckle, like someone that we trust.
Yeah, like
Or it
Valen,
could be,
you said.
yeah. Well, Valen will be Targos
Right.
and Bremen.
But for Tourmaline,
then
we want to send a
Tourmaline,
non-knuckle
a
that
non-knuckle.
could still get the job done.
Ah,
could
a
divide it.
non-knuckle.
'Cause we-
Okay.
Because we only have that one symbol, right?
Yes, you only have the one symbol.
So it would have to be someone that they would know.
Does the speaker have some sort of
Secondary.
executive assistant?
Inquiry.
I have... Well, no. Strangely enough. It's something I've been asking and clamoring to the town about, but... there hasn't really been a need for it, to be honest. Even though I think that I should have it due to station, it's truly not necessary, so I don't push the issue.
That complicates things.
The closest to an assistant that I have is our sheriff, who's walked away and is doing his duty. But
100%.
sheriffs are also not very common in many towns. It's only in the bigger ones. Like here, East Haven, and Lonelywood, but... I'm afraid that... there may
Oh.
not be much.
We can try sending someone Tourmaline with Mosby's scimitar as a like symbol. That is, well, Mosby's not there though, so you can't say that. Nope, Patrol of the League. Not there.
We've already asked the sheriff of this town. Well, we've already almost had disagreement with the sheriff of this town. We can't ask them to accept our plan and then leave the town.
He's merely frustrated. He's trying to do what he can. This is a bit unprecedented, after all, a dragon attack. It's not common, not an everyday thing, but yes.
Well, let's have Valen hit all 3,000 and try to come back and get his weapon.
So you're having Valen go to Targos and Bremen and then go back, or what is your plan exactly?
I guess Targos, Tourmaline, and I'm worried that Tourmaline's gonna be torched is the problem. That's the other problem. So go to Tourmaline first, and then Targos and Bremen. I guess that would be the right way because the dragon had hit Caer Dunavel right last. We haven't heard him hit Koenig yet.
Well, we know for sure it's hit East Haven. We don't know for sure it's left East Haven.
Yeah, so let's get Tourmaline out of the way, and then Targos and Bremen because that's probably the safest way.
Valen then asks you, and what if they've abandoned their people or anything along those lines? If they're unable to be found.
The speaker of Tourmaline will not abandon their people. I know that.
All right.
Worse, they take refuge in the nearest mine, of which we help secure.
I'm a little cynical, but I understand.
Try the mines and tell them and remind and have the kobolds come aid us as well. There's a decent amount of kobolds that are willing to help us. Use the name of the Drunken Knuckles.
Indeed. All right, I'll be off to Tourmaline, then to Targos and Bremen, and then on my way back. The rest of you prepare. Actually gets her wolves. Yeah! And then it's gone doing things. She'll be gone for a bit.
So exciting.
Who has the best rapport with the dwarves, the blacksmiths?
We all do.
All of us.
Except for Hari, who's not here. So.
Let's go to them and see if they can craft us.
Or they maybe have one or two.
Like a giant crossbow?
Yeah.
Giant crossbow.
Some kind of ballista. Very good. Gawk enjoys this idea of gigantic weapons for killing beasts.
All right.
Or not for just killing beasts. We need to ground the dragon if airborne.
So you go over to the Black Iron Blades, and you see that they're very hard at work. You even see that Sheriff Southwell is passing by, just leaving the Black Iron Blades at this point. Look up. Oh, Hi, y'all. How you doing?
About the same as you, I imagine.
Well, we're, Ah, bloody hells, you probably know what's coming.
That's why we've come to you.
Ah, of course. Alright, yeah, we're instructed to arm whoever we can. City will pay us back, or town will pay us back. What y'all need? I'm assuming Drunken Knuckles will be part of it, of course.
Yes, we want to see if you can provide us with a weapon that will be able to ground the dragon.
Ground! A dragon! You're joking, right?
I wish I was.
Well, let's see, closest we got is harpoons. You could pull a dragon down. And shaking his head, looking at you like, yeah, like that's ever gonna happen. And he says, well, aside from that, we have heavy crossbows. That's honestly the best we got.
Do you have any long chains that you can attach to this harpoon?
We have at max a 20-foot chain.
What of hunting weapons? Nets, bolas. Those used to restrain a creature.
We
Can you
got
make
some of
anything
them, but no net's big enough for a dragon. No bulla's gonna do jack all. Maybe tie up its toes. But
What
it's a
about its
dragon.
wings? Is there anything that could tie a dragon's wing?
No, it's a dragon. We don't got anything that size. I mean, we could maybe take some time to fashion a giant net. Looks at another dwarf. He's like, "Hi, we could do that." It's like, I mean, we could try to fashion a giant net, but it could just tear it to pieces. So I don't know. It's a dragon. We could try to make a giant net for you.
A net of chain.
Oh, a net of chain. That's not. Looks at the other dwarf, and he's like, ugh, shaking his head and having his finger by his neck. Like, no, that's not gonna be possible. Chain's a bit harder to work with to make a sturdy actual net. I mean, we don't need. How much? Do you know how much time we have?
A couple hours, maybe.
A couple hours? No, we can't do jack all. We could maybe, if we hustle our arses off, make a net for you of just normal rope and twine. But at a couple hours, and you're expecting an iron net for a dragon? How are you gonna lift the thing? It'd be a few 100 pounds.
Mulin's gonna pipe in and say, "Do you have any weapons you've been keeping?" For
We have
occasions?
not for special occasions. We have a heavy crossbow.
Magical weapons, anything of the sort.
No, we ain't got magic weapons. Those are what adventures. Okay. Everyone comes here to make a joke. Oh, they must have black iron blades because they're beginning adventurers. We don't sell that stuff. We don't make it.
Who does?
No one really. I mean, there's so much magic items just waiting out in the dale that adventurers come and they go and they loot the dale for them. It's honestly quicker to do that than magic items. You know how many smiths have been up here and have had to deal with adventurers say, oh, we want a magic item, put forth an order, and then come back and say, by the way, we have a much better one?
Has nobody ever sold one to you?
No. They just keep them.
Insight check. Insight
Roll me an insight.
check. I don't have control with Mulin.
Oh, Mulan. Okay, so...
I can help with insight check.
Indeed. Where is
Yeah, if
Mulan's
Par wants
character
to do it,
token?
or Bob wants to do it as well. Whoever has the
+3 with
insight.
proficiency.
There you are, Mulan. So many small tokens. He has a massive insight. Let me make
Yeah,
that.
let him roll and I can
public.
give him advantage.
All right, you give him advantage, and I mean, he seems honest. Mulan, you guys as a group to look Mulan, and he's like, I can read people pretty well, guys. This guy seems pretty honest.
Even when he's not here. Okay. What's the range on a heavy crossbow?
Heavy crossbow's got quite some range. He's just gonna give you one Belrond as you know how to use it, and it would be I'll just roll that
Can
for
you also
y'all to
give
see.
me-
Hmm?
Can you also give me my Warhammer and my actions?
You have a Warhammer. What actions are you speaking of?
Oh,
in
in
your
my
inventory.
character sheet, I don't see in my actions.
In your inventory.
Oh, it's in your inventory for your Warhammer.
Okay, so I can just attack from there.
Yep, same with the heavy crossbow. But as you can see,
Oh,
it is
okay.
100 without disadvantage, 400 feet up to with disadvantage.
Okay.
But I mean, I'll be honest with y'all. Heavy crossbows ain't gonna do jack. Look at this city. Or look at this town, as he motions to the buildings all around. If the dragon can fly around and you try to take a pod shot at it, who knows when you'll get another? It's not gonna be like you're shooting it into the open dale. It's... I have faith in y'all, Knuckles, but... I mean, if you're honestly looking for just crossbows, I think we're pretty screwed.
Gok takes it as a cue to get involved and slams his fist on the table and says, "Where is your sense of adventure? Are you not mighty dwarves?"
Roll persuasion with advantage, Gawk.
Inspire them, baby.
Oh, I'm already
Yeah.
proficient in that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, as you slam down your fist, the fire in your eyes bursts forth a little bit, and the dwarves see your steely resolve as it bolsters them. Say, you're right. Well, we should believe in our steel. Should be able to take down just a small dragon, alright? Alright, let's get to work, lads. Let's make some more heavy crossbows. Maybe some light if we can, but whichever's quicker. We'll make some stuff and we'll make enough bolts for everyone. Town will pay us back
Gok
anyway,
also says,
so...
harpoons.
And we'll make some harpoons too. It's really just a spear with a rope attached to it, right? It's like, yeah, it is. Like, oh, okay. Harpoon as well.
Chain. Always chain. Always
Chain.
chain attached.
We got some chain, but I'll tell you, throwing a harpoon with chain is not gonna do anything good for your aim. However, it's the only chance that we got to bring it down. Indeed.
Could we get? What if we were to get harpoons with rope that have weights attached to the end of it? If
Well,
we
then
could
you
at
have the
least
problem of throwing
give
them.
it something to have to shake.
No, the weight is at the end of the rope. So when the dragon, it would like give additional strength to our pull.
Well, if you're just gonna impale it and then hold
That
the
is-
chain, yeah, that'll be a good idea, actually. But if you're trying to throw it, it won't work.
With a long enough rope.
What?
Hmm. The weight need not leave the ground until the dragon has tried to pull the harpoon far enough away.
True. How much feet you think we need?
300.
300!
Of rope or
What?
chain. I was thinking like
Rope.
150 throw distance plus some.
Yeah, 150, I guess. Yeah. How far can you throw a harpoon? I guess is the question.
That is actually what I'm looking up right now.
Yeah. Do they score as javelins?
They do not,
For
to my
proficiencies?
knowledge. Let's go here. Range 1545. Javelins are a little bit further. I think it's 1060 for a javelin.
Then 50 feet of rope.
Yeah. Then that's all we'll need.
All
We'll
right,
draw it in.
50 feet of rope. Or 50 feet of chain. Gotcha. We'll be able to make a few harpoons like that. Should we prioritize those over our crossbows?
How many do you have for the town right now?
Really, we've only got about a half dozen in storage. We'd have to really crank it out to get them going. We can maybe, if we dedicate ourselves to heavy crossbows, do a dozen at best. But if we dedicate ourselves to harpoons, with that much chain, maybe a scrounge up, because we're interlinking it like that. 2 to 3 harpoons.
What about
Outta
ropes with weights at the end?
With the weights. We can attach and weights ain't a problem. It's just
Well,
making the
rope
chains and the
instead of chain,
harpoons and...
I'm saying rope instead of chain.
Oh, rope. Oh, rope. That shouldn't be too hard. We could just add a. We have a few harpoons. We have. Well, the problem is we only have about 4 harpoons. So we could maybe make 1 more in this time, so we could do 5.
Make the chain harpoon.
Yeah.
All right.
Mulan is visually disgusted by how unprepared this town is.
Yeah, they're not prepared for a dragon attack.
Also, Gok
Okay.
has to imagine that there are more than a few peddlers of poisons in their ilk in this town. Someone must be, doing the dirty with some decrepit stuff.
Specifically paralyzing potion. I don't care. Poison, not so much paralyzing.
All right. How are you going to try and find these individuals?
If we can flash over to Mosby and Baelish, it might be a start.
Baelish
Meanwhile,
is
in
more
Bridgendale-
obsessed about trying to conduct his research. As you bring him around, you can tell that he's frantic, and the more that you see him work...
So I was gonna take Baelish to my gnome friend, get him a spellbook. That's why I dragged him over.
I don't have time if it's only a few hours, but I think I'll be more... I need to figure this out. This is something that might be bigger than even a dragon attack, from what I've seen.
It doesn't matter if you're dead.
It doesn't, but... If I'm sure to die, then I'll leave you my notes in somewhere safe. I have an iron lockbox that shouldn't be destroyed, that I found, to keep some notes. If I'm to perish, then it's...
I'm gonna go to my gnome friend by myself. That's what's gonna happen.
Alright. So you go to your gnome friend. Which gnome friend? There are 2 that you have.
I'm gonna start with him, because he was the one that peddled in arcane stuff.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Into the arcane. Gotcha. So it would be...
Yeah.
Boop. Here we are. Twinkle, Winker, Toad, and Tim. Alrighty. So you go to Twinkle's house, and you're trying to find what exactly?
Any sort of potion that adds paralyzation, any magical weapons or armor that he made.
Potion with paralyzation. He does not deal in such items, is what you gather. And as for magic arms and armor, he has a wand of magic missile that he can lend you. But he doesn't partake in them since he doesn't have any use for them. He's a wizard after all. He does state in a long story, of course, that you probably don't have time for, that he did at one point enchant an item for a warrior and enchanted a piece of armor for a different warrior, and he goes over the process that it took, and he goes into he will go into this giant set of detail that...
So which of the 2 am I seeing? Am I seeing G right now?
You're hearing stories of what he's crafted, but that he doesn't
Okay.
actually have anything
So
aside from a wand of magic
I'm gonna grab
missiles.
the wand of magic missile. I'm just gonna grab the wand of magic missile.
Alrighty.
What's the range on magic missile?
Pretty far. I think it's 300 feet.
Excellent. Thank you. Okay, next I'm gonna go see the other gnome. This is the first time I'm ever gonna be. So I hope they'll take it kind.
And then while that's happening, is there a way Mulan can scout for marks of where a thieves might be? Looking for thieves camp marks on the walls.
Yes. Mulan
Anything
can
that
with
indicates a fence.
investigation, and I will give him advantage on that. I just need to make sure that you have your
Use that thieves camp. Use that thieves camp.
Yeah.
And that is why I'm giving you advantage. So, for example, for you all to see a wand of magic missiles and what it does, you have 1 Mosby. Congratulations. And it has 7 charges. You had the pew pew. And the range should be... oh, it's 120 feet for this. Ah. I see. Yeah, it's been reduced. Okay, so Moulin, we get to you. As you are really using him when he's not here. You're like, man, you were clutch. You did things with no one. Okay. So,
Yeah, let's go.
Moulin is able to uncover a tail. Let's see here. Which one is it? It would be Lonelywood. Didn't expect this part. Yes. Okay, so he's able to uncover that at Lonelywood is where most of the shady stuff happens. And while many people come here from the south to avoid the law or to avoid past mistakes or bad business deals that have gone wrong or that have gone well, they would go here and escape from prying eyes. But again, most likely you would find poisons in Lonelywood or Tourmaline. Most likely Lonelywood. But in Brinchendeer, there doesn't seem to be any, as there was a crackdown on that somewhat recently.
What a shame.
Indeed. Imagine at one point a crackdown actually did something bad.
I know. It's what happens when you outlaw drugs. No one can get them.
Exactly.
And we already know everybody that's a purveyor of like potions, right?
Yeah. You know that
It's like
there
a
is
last resort.
the temple over here, and that the House of the Morning Lord, and it does not sell poisons.
Moulin would still like to go to the house of the Morning Lord.
All right.
Gok has a bad feeling about this. Gok's gonna let him do whatever he wants and not get in the way.
Disguise kit. He's gonna disguise kit before he goes in, just to be safe.
I was wondering. All right, so you disguise yourself. Moulin, of course, I need to just pop your little disguise kit here. Bump.
Oh well, you bastard.
14. Okay, so you go into the temple, and due to the mayhem that is going on, they're not giving you as much attention as they normally would, Moulin, as you see the temple is in a bit of disorder. Why am I reading that?
Moulin is gonna look for a cleric.
All right. So you look for a cleric, and you find Mishan. Hello? Yes, what can I do for you?
I understand everything is going crazy. I'm here on behest of the speaker.
Okay, what proof do you have of that?
I don't have time for this right now.
Then I can't give you attention. I have to attend to other people.
You know what? He's gonna pull out his crossbow and point it at his head. I'm here on behest of the speaker. This is important.
She kind of cocks her head a little bit like, really?
I don't know what else to tell you right now. This is urgent. Can you not see the panic in my?
I see the panic in many people's eyes, and you're not helping as you see some women and children wide-eyed staring at you.
He puts the crossbow away. Can you listen to me for 10 seconds, please?
10 seconds, go.
When you send a message to Tourmaline, do any of your clerics have the ability to send messages over long distances?
No, I do not.
Any of your clerics, not just you.
It's just me, and no, I do not.
You're the only cleric. Okay, that is all I had to ask. Thank you. I'm sorry for the thing, but as you can see, there's quite a bit.
Yes, now go and do what you need.
Okay, Moulin's going to try to steal some potions on the way out.
You don't see any potions, as they are well tucked away, if they're there, at this point with the influx of refugees, or given already to other people. It's like you'd have to socially interact and ask.
What about potions? Do you have any potions to sell?
Yes, I can sell you potions, but it will cost a lot of gold in these circumstances.
Show me what you have, please.
What are you looking for? Just a normal potion of healing?
Potion, healing, greater healing.
Let's see. If you need a potion of healing, it'll cost you 100. If you need a potion of greater healing, I only have one, and that will cost you 400.
He's gonna look at the potion of greater healing and try to sleight of hand another potion in his place, another violence place.
She's not showing you. She's just telling you.
How much money does Mulan have on him? I don't know.
Mulan has 15 gold and 1 silver. I'm assuming you guys sold the hookah pipe and the bearded comb to pay for your stuff.
Yeah, that's all sold.
Just gonna delete those.
I don't have gold. I can give you what other inventory does he have? I'm trying to work with something to
What other inventory? That's a good question. He has a potion of greater healing, a potion of healing, alchemist fire, whale oil flask ×4, candle, crossbow bolt 17, torch 20, ball bearings 1,000, rations 1 day 20. Wow, that's a lot of weight.
I can trade you this alchemist fire. If you like.
No.
I know.
I don't have time for this. As she goes and tries to talk to some other people and calm them down. You can tell she's very overwhelmed.
Yeah, well, that's all I got from Mulan. I'm trying to play him as character, so he's not very.
And I'm just trying to play the priest. She is overwhelmed. She's not able to have a normal discourse or haggle.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'd hem and haw this a little bit, but like, I'm trying to be true to Mulan. That's all. Like Mosby would take 20 hours with this. But
Mulan
not so much. Yeah.
All right. So, is there anything else you guys want to do?
Could Mosby talk to his other gnome friend? Because there are 2.
Yes. As you talk to your jeweler friend has absolutely nothing that can help you in this upcoming fight.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Nope. No magic. Well, he knows of some magic. He doesn't have any. Sorry.
Does he have any spell books?
That's a good question. Let's see. No, he does not.
All right. Well, I'm gonna walk around the town while psychically reaching out to my friends, trying to find them.
Eventually, you find them.
Okay.
And yes.
That's all I got. Oh, does he know sending? Does he know how to send messages over long distances?
He does not. Gelschfeld does not. Tinkle, Winker, Totentam might, but that's not anything that you asked. As the dragon is starting to approach. We're going to say...
Okay, never mind.
Yep. Not approach Brinchadier, but starting to get closer. Because we'll say that it's been a few hours from you guys doing all this, running around town, trying to get things figured out. You can see the panic is really starting to set in as more refugees are coming in from the north, from the east, and from the west.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there anywhere in town or someone that I would go to maybe get hand wraps or gloves that would enable me to damage with lightning or cause paralysis or anything like that?
That would be a magical item, so no, unfortunately. All right. Is there any other stuff going on?
Is there anything that can temporarily erase somebody's wisdom?
Yes, there are poisons and spells that could do so, and abilities from monsters. But I don't think there's any at your guys' disposal at this point in time.
Can I run and ask him if he might have?
Oh, they do not have toxins like that. No.
Nothing to boost intelligence, because they're smart guys, so they might have that kind of stuff.
No, not to take away wisdom. That would be something that would be like a poison.
To increase wisdom. Increase.
Oh, to increase.
Like Potion of Giant Strength, but for wisdom.
Okay. Tinkle has something like that. It's more for intelligence. But he warns you that it can be quite addictive.
Intelligence, not wisdom.
Intelligence, not wisdom.
I'm just gonna grab it from him and leave.
All right. So, essentially what this is a drug. I can get the name for you in a little bit in my notes somewhere, but yes, it is a potion which will increase your intelligence by 1d4 for 1d4 hours.
That would have been nice with wisdom, not with potion. I'm trying to roid up our monk as much as possible.
I see. But yes. Interesting idea.
It come in handy someday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna prep now, I guess.
Okay. So
how long has it been?
It has been a few hours, and as you guys are rushing around and everything, Valen comes to you after 3 to 4 hours, and you can tell that from the refugees flooding in that the dragon has now started on Tourmaline. As Valen comes in and goes to you all, she hands you 2 keys as she looks at you all and scowls, saying, "I knew it. Speaker for that town's gone. He was gone a few days ago. Just left for some reason. Matthias or something, I don't know. He's gone. No one knows where his damned key is. No one's already on Lonelywood, so..."
Okay. Well, let's pray for Mulin's abilities here, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
None of us have the ability to dispel magic, right?
Nope.
Oh, do any of the clerics have it at the temple? The one cleric at the temple.
The one cleric.
The one cleric.
Valen does not, and Valish is obsessed, so no. The cleric does not.
What level cleric is this? Jesus H. Christ.
It's not necessarily what level, it's more so did they prepare it. Like, your wizards did not have this prepared either, so, Yeah. One has counterspell.
Ooh. I'm bringing them with me to this battle.
Valish wouldn't help in the lock. Oh, for the battle? The dragon does cast spells. Yeah, Valish right now is frantically trying to deal with some sort of research. You don't know what it is entirely, but he is obsessed with it. Like, there is something bigger, something far more important than a dragon about to kill him. So that's level of obsession. That's something big's there.
All right, so we're gonna have thing use sleight of hand to unlock this one. I have proficiency, so I will give him advantage. That is the best I can help.
If you want to roll for Mulin, you can double-click his token right here and go to his attributes, or sorry, inventory, and roll Thieves' Tools.
Still don't have control of him.
What? You all own him. That
I'm not just asking you to roll these things, Wizo. It's because I don't have control.
All I'm saying because it'd be better for players to roll.
Difficult to find him.
Yeah, he's. I know, because you're all like super small on this map.
Okay,
right there.
I got him.
You got him. All right.
You have control. All right, Dr.
Thieves'
Goth,
Tools.
bring your magic.
Is
Thieves' tools. What
Thieves'
is
tool?
that?
The DC is very high. I pray that you do not fail, as you have 3 keys, but you need to rely on skill for the 4th.
And
Okay.
during this time, no speaker has come to the town during this time, correct? From the other towns.
The speaker from Bremen and what was it? Targos has made it to Bryn Shindir, but it seems like the speaker of Tourmaline effed off somewhere, and there's no word from Lonelywood or the speakers to the east.
Okay. What is the DC, Wizo? Just tell us.
The DC is 25
Fuck.
to get off an arcane
What's
lock.
What, he has expertise in this, right?
He does. It is possible, but it is going to be difficult.
What is his plus modifier?
Wait, where are your thieves tools?
the-
Oh, they're there. His plus modifier? Let's see.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's in
Total-
inventory and tools to find it. His plus
Yeah,
modifier,
I'm
it looks
looking at
like,
it.
would be, I think, 10. So it's doable.
10. Okay. So we need 16 or higher, correct?
You need 15 or higher.
16 or higher.
If you roll a
Right,
if you
Dr.
roll
Goff.
if you roll a 5 or lower, you automatically break it and lock out. If you roll and you're locked out for a while. If you roll in between a 5 and a 10 on the natural die, then you will be unable to attempt again. And between a 10 and 15, you can attempt again, but the difficulty will go up.
Okay. Cock. I believe in you.
There's nothing I can do, like sprinkle the look and fairy fire. Or...
Does anyone have guidance?
If you have
that they
guidance
can cast on him? No, like from what's his face?
from what's his
The
face,
two wizards, yeah.
wizards do not get guidance.
He has bardic inspiration. Where is he?
He ran away with the speaker.
Are there no bards in this town? I would like to spend.
There are
30 minutes
not.
looking for a
There are
bard
no
in this
bards that can help you.
God damn it.
town. Oh, Belron, do you have bless? Is that saving? That's saving throw. Is it only on saving throws for bless?
It is on attack rolls and saving throws. It is not skill checks.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Not on checks. God damn it.
If you can put everything into
If only
this.
we had a druid. If only we had a druid who could cast guidance.
Yeah, if only. I mean, what would that take me? A night to prepare?
Oh no, cantrips stay with you until like every 4 levels you're able to change it. Only wizards with Tasha's are able to switch it out on long rest.
What about this dude or this dude? Guidance.
Which dude
They're
or which dude?
spellcasters. The gnomes. The gnomes have guidance.
Wizard.
Well, but you said Tasha's rules. We were playing with Tasha's rules.
Yeah, they can switch out any cantrip on a long rest from the wizard cantrips.
Do they have
Wizards do not have guidance.
Oh, just from the wizard cantrips. Okay.
Yes.
Is guidance the only thing? Am I missing anything else, guys? help me
Guidance
with
is the only cantrip that can give you a skill assist. You could also use enhance ability, which I know druids do technically have, but it won't really help in this situation
Can't
because
give
you already have
luck.
advantage.
Okay, but let's just go. I believe Mulin. I believe in him. I believe in Gok.
This is why you have advantage, but it's time to take a chance and roll the dice to see if you get your items before the fight.
Let's go, Gaki.
Okay, alright.
Hold on. Would my detect magic help in this situation at all?
It
No, because
does not, no. It
know-
just
we
tells
already
you it
know
is
it's
magical. That is correct, and it tells you what school of magic it is, but it cannot
That
assist
part.
him in any further way.
Alrighty.
Nice thinking.
Alright,
though,
are we
nice
ready?
thinking. Roll the dice. You have
Mulin,
advantage.
Mulin.
Mulin,
Roll above a 10. That's all I ask.
Mulin,
15 ideally, but yeah.
Mulin cracks his knuckles, pulls out his thieves' tools, like closes his eyes, murmurs something under his breath, and then goes into work.
The ghost of Jimmy helps.
Let's
Yes!
go! Let's
Wow.
go! Let's go! Let's go!
And with deft hands, you are able to just barely put the tumblers in place. Even though the magic wards you away, You're able to go through and weave your tools between the wisps that try to break any magical tools that go in, and just push the tumblers up enough. And you are able to open the door. The speaker is with you. Actually, I had to lead you down to an underground area. We just don't have a map for that because it wasn't supposed to be this big thing. But when she goes into the area, she quickly hurries and pulls out the items that she was going to give you. Belrond, what you were going to get was a longsword. This longsword is magical, and it gives you 1d8 extra to your smite. Let me put it there.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a two-handed weapon, though?
It can be two-handed if you wishes.
Okay, so you can use one hand. Great.
Mm-hmm. It's versatile, so
Awesome.
it'll be... let me put it here. Yep, whenever you smite, you deal an extra d6. Or an extra d8.
Nice.
Alright, alright. Now, for Moulin, we have the Thief Dagger. Let me
No
get
crossbow? Really, a dagger?
that. Yeah, it was meant to be Thief's Dagger. Oh, that's right, I didn't make it yet. I had these kind of written down and kind of ready and everything, but let's see. Wait, what is this?
I'm good. I'm not drunk. I'm not drinking at all. It's fine.
Okay, so what a Thief's Dagger does is that it adds 1d6 to your sneak attack, and once per day you may coat this weapon with poison. The poison is either DC 13 paralyzation 1 round,
Let's go.
or DC 14 2d8 poison damage. Save for half.
What's the save? What do they have to roll to save on paralyzing?
Save is Constitution.
Yeah. Dragons are sturdy bastards.
Yeah.
There
But
we
does this
are.
mean he doesn't need the materials for the poison? It's just a toggle on the knife?
Tigo, you were going to get... not that one. Really? That's all you have for the images? Alright, you were going to get Gloves of the Icy Monk. Gloves of the Icy Monk. What these do is they add 1d2 to your martial arts. So a d4 becomes a d6, a d8 becomes a d10, d6 becomes a d8, etc. And adds 1 cold damage. So essentially, you've got 1d2 plus 1 extra damage. And this also counts for your heals and your harms and all your other stupid things.
And it's considered a magical weapon, right?
Yes. These are all considered magical weapons. Mosby. I forget, what did you want, Mosby? Because I can't find
So I have a +1 great sword already. I would love some bracers of defense.
Okay. I don't think bracers of defense really worked for you, so...
I mean, it's unarmored defense. I can wear bracers.
Yes. So, these are a little bit different than normal bracers of defense. While these bracers give you a +1 to your AC if you're literally no shields and armor, these bracers also give +2 to your constitution. Can go over 20 to 22. So essentially,
Wow.
yep, you got bracers of the bear. And then the last one here, Gawk.
Fire child.
You are able
Got
to
cracked
get
his knuckles.
a firestone. Let's see here. Yeah, this'll change there. It's not that. I'm just taking these for images. So what a firestone does is that
Does it evolve? Does it evolve a spirit animal into an arcanine?
Same question.
I don't know. Lets you add 1 to all fire damage spells, and gives you an extra spell slot of your highest level to be used for a fire-based spell. You also now know the fireball spell. This does require attunement,
Yes.
though.
Um,
The gloves did, the bracers did, and wait, did I make it? Yeah, gloves of the icy monk, and the other stuff shouldn't need to. I don't believe the paladin's longsword. Yeah, it just feels intuitively that you're a paladin. And where was that other person? Yeah, for Moulin it does not require attunement. But yeah,
are there other things in this vault?
these are what she is giving you, and then is closing the vault
there-
door. But yes, you see that there is gold and possibly some other items in there.
How Moulin am I gonna be right now, guys?
She has asked you all to stay back as she goes in to grab the items, and is constantly looking back at you all, because this is like the wealth of the 10 towns here. Again, the items aren't like legendary or anything, but they're definitely magic items, and there's the coffers of all the people who have paid for things. So
Moulin would like to try to attempt to take one of the keys.
all right, roll me a sleight of hand on that one. The keys,
And
sleight of hand.
and Mosby will try to talk to the guy to distract him, because he psychically communicated this with him.
Oh, she is watching all of you fervently, so that's not gonna work this time. It's not like, oh, I'm distracting you while he's just going and stealing from behind you at a bar. Like, no, this is an area where she's like, don't touch this stuff, constantly looking.
Moulin psychically reaches out and says, "Am I doing this, guys?"
Gok says, I won't watch.
I won't watch.
Moulin changes his mind and just says, "Is there no crossbow instead of this dagger?"
Sadly, there is not.
Okay.
I thought this would have been the
All
best suited for you, but
It's great. It's wonderful. I love it.
well,
Oh my God.
I'm glad that you all enjoy your items, and I hope that they will be useful, although I know many of them are melee in nature. I hope that you have a plan to deal with the dragon when it comes.
Gok wants to inquire about the 2 speakers that came to town. Were either of them the Dragonling?
No, they were not. There was the speakers from Bremen. It was speaker Drobelgruff Shaleskar. He is a dwarf who I think you've met at one point. He said he met you in the beginning and asked, and there was another elf who was rude to him or something. And I don't really remember. But then there was speaker Nereth Maxilandar, who said that he actually wanted to meet you all.
I'm gonna put my bracers on so I can start attuning to them.
All right. She says, and I also have a reward for if you are able to save the town, and to the various amount of how much you're able to save it for some gold that we can add in. But I think most of it needs to be given to the reconstruction if all the 10 towns are going to be burned.
We'll deal with that after we fight this dragon.
Yes, but yes, Nerith Maxilander wanted to speak to you.
Let's go.
All right, so will you speak to that speaker or no?
Yeah. Sure.
All right. So, Nerith, they do not have his token, but right upon meeting him, Mulin, you can tell he's one of you. Right away, just from looking kind of how he acts and how he looks around, looking for exits. He has his hand kind of at a different part of his thigh where some of you can tell that there's a hidden blade as well. You can tell that this guy's shady as fuck. He looks at you and he says, I hear you guys were looking for poisons earlier.
Mulin is gonna say Matalo, Bane, which means I am paralytics in Thieves' Camp.
Homie Bajomi means, oh yes. And then he looks at the rest of you and he asks, They fine? And common. They fine? They good?
Speak as the same way as we are. He's at. Let's keep this between us. Is what Mulin says.
All right, so you hear them talking about like how the sun went down today, but the snow is rough, and how the sawdust is very coarse, and some other strange words that they're just mixing around, which makes no goddamn sense to any of you. But yeah, just like these weird phrases, and you're able to gather that he is willing to sell you these paralytic poisons at a cost. He asks how much you have to spend.
Mulin, knowing how this goes, says, "How much do you want for that?"
Well, it depends what you want. He clarifies that you're trying to take down a dragon, correct?
Yes.
Oh Jesus! All right. Let's see. That would be no.
So is it just us and the speaker in this room, by the way?
He's speaking to you in the streets, kind of, just in an alleyway. Let's see. It'll be about the same as. All right. So he tells you essentially for a dragon, it would be 2,000 gold.
I have this here.
Does he have it here?
Yeah.
He says, no, I never carry it with me. That's stupid.
I mean, we could die if you don't give us this.
I'll be fine. That's his response. I've got ways.
Thief to thief, can you give me a good discount?
Sure, 2,000 gold.
Good. Are you making the rest of us aware of this, or is Mulin going at this alone?
I'm psychically forwarding all of this to you guys, but I don't want him to know that you guys understand.
It'd be a shame if you were to get arrested just before a dragon attacks.
He's like, oh, you speak the tongue too. All right. Yeah, they're not going to arrest me. Last little bit of order we got here.
How about a favor?
What fucking favor are you guys going to do? Come on, I know you're the Drunken Knuckles.
Where the Drunken Knuckles?
You already got my key.
Other than you speakers,
I found out why.
Who holds more power in this town?
It's not about power.
Other than speakers, who holds more power?
It's about who
What's
lives
it about?
afterwards. And it also takes a lot to get these poisons up here. Just letting you know. That's why it's 2,000. So yeah, I need to at least make sure I cover my losses. Yeah, the town might have
We
some
give
problems
you
and
a down
everything, but it's not my
payment now,
personal.
pay you the rest after.
How much you
We
got?
give you a down payment now, pay you rest after.
How much you got? Really?
I have no idea how much left.
Moulin has
We have.
Moulin has 15 gold and 1 silver. So
I have 25 gold and 4 silver, I think. Yeah, it's 5 silver.
Gok is 40, so we're not gonna come close here.
And we have we can give you a bunch of alchemist fires down payment.
okay, you guys roll me an intelligence
I know
check
that
as a
wasn't
group.
As a group,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Who has high intelligence? Nobody. 10, I believe.
God
person's
damn it, you all!
Believe we are all dum-dums.
Actually, no, this would be an intelligence check. I can't make it a wisdom. Yeah. Well,
Who's feeling lucky, guys?
I have an 11 intelligence. I
the
guess.
DC is
you're
10
gonna
for
roll
this.
one of them right now.
You're basically a scholar.
Yeah, you're Scott. I'm a barbarian.
It was
Roll
like
your roll,
a
T. Roll one, and then we'll decide amongst us who rolls the other one.
I thought Belron's intelligence was higher than that's why.
Nope.
No,
That's Heri. Everything we've needed for today is Heri. It's really.
okay. Well, here goes.
And I am saving his spot, by the way. I've had some people try to ask to join, but I'm saving his spot.
Let's go, Tico.
Nice. Okay, Tico.
You brain that real good.
You're able to have your brain just pulse a little bit as your big brain thinks of, wait a minute, poison? Poison works on living things. This is a dragon made from metal. Poison maybe not work. Poison probably not work. Huh.
Even paralytics.
Again, poison, how poison works is that, and Moulin would know this, and he's able to get this a little bit from Tico's thoughts, coming together as a group, is that poison works by attacking different parts of the body in different systems. This creature, if it's made of pure metal and run by magic, will not be affected by poison because it has nothing to inject into. It's kind of like, imagine a snake biting a rock. The rock doesn't get poisoned and doesn't get paralyzed because it doesn't go into its body.
Got it. So Mulin's gonna hold up his hand and say, "Mila kunis, Mila kunis."
Forget
And
you.
we're gonna pass. Thank you.
All right.
Good luck in not dying.
All right. Just to save you a little bit. But he's like, yeah, I'll be fine.
Thank
All right. So.
And now we fight the dragon.
Indeed.
I missed the beat where we got the information about what the dragon is made of.
Metal of some sort.
No, but like how did we get that? Who has that information?
Well,
Who
we
knows
all know
dragons?
it's not.
Who knows?
We all know it's not a physical dragon
Okay.
because that's what the Durgars told the speakers.
It's a constructed
Okay,
dragon.
okay.
Mm-hmm. From Chardolin.
Right.
That's why it's not a. That's why it's not conjuration. It's a whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if it was organic or not. I don't know if they knew that, but it sounds like it's not. Okay.
Do we have a thought? Can we ask the Black Iron Blades real quick if they know anything that damages that material well? They might know.
And what material?
Chardolin, you said?
Oh. We don't know much about it. We just know that when some people work at it, they just kind of go, woohoo! Little mad.
Alright. I'm standing in the middle of the street now with my sword out. That's it. I'm done. I am full cloud with my great sword over my shoulder. That is Mosby's stance.
Full cloud over. All right.
Yeah, I guess if we're doing preparations, can we get a good lay of the land.
Yeah.
Where are the civilians? Where are the soldiers? Where are the gates? Where are we?
Well, if you zoom out, you were able to see that this is the north gate, the southwest gate, and the east gate. Now, as you have gone over pretty much everything, a lot of them are coming in through the north gate. The refugees are flooding this area as the dragon is going to come from here. As the dragon comes from there, there is a mobile crossbow regiment that the sheriff is attempting to lead. But you can tell that if the sheriff leads them, there will be possible discord and disorder in the town, as the militia is focused on the dragons. Or on the dragon, not dragons. That'd be terrible. On the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I will get there. There's the mobile crossbow regiment. And the people are already starting to panic. You can tell that there's restlessness in the city. So my question to you is, when the dragon comes, what are your plans?
Question for you is if I have half a potion of healing, does it just last? Oh, sorry, a potion of flying, does it last half as long, or is it full time?
It doesn't work. You need to ingest the whole
It doesn't
thing.
work. Can you carry a person while flying?
If you have enough strength, and if they don't, way too much. Like, for example, Gok could carry you, no problem. You could probably carry anyone as well, but that doesn't mean you'll be able to do much else.
Can Mulin carry me? Not Mulin, sorry. Tico carry me?
If Tico ingests the potion, with difficulty, he could carry you, but only because you're a halfling. He couldn't carry anyone else. This is based off your strength.
So I'm thinking I chug the potion and I fly with Tico and I try to drop him on his back, maybe? Deal some punches. Try to stun him.
Okay, so you guys have a plan. Gotcha.
I'm asking Tico. I'm not saying. I'm asking Tico.
Yeah, and that's not our whole plan.
Yeah.
We're still planning.
I mean, my thing is like, how much damage can we do against pure metal? We don't even know how thick it is. Where would we even, you know?
Just hit it.
Just hit
You
it
got
and try to
magic
stun it.
weapons.
Focus on the wing joints. Like,
Yeah.
try to stay on it and focus on the wing joints. If you can get it to the
No.
ground,
Let's not do any.
If you
focusing
ground
type
it, this
attacks.
thing is done. I will say, if you ground it, I think we can crush this guy.
We all have ranged weapons, right?
Yeah, none of them magical, but yeah.
It's still something if
Mhm.
it's in the air.
Okay. So with that, are you guys ready for the dragon fight to start?
no, absolutely not.
No.
Uh,
Well, I have good
so-
news for
so
you.
That's
We are pretty much at time. And that means that you have a week to discuss it, as we will be ending the session right before the dragon fight.